I hope that other people see this example and just realize that there's plenty of ways that you can make money in this industry without doing anything funky.
We do begin tonight with this Category 4 hurricane slamming into the U.S. this Sunday, making landfall just before 1 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. As an extremely dangerous Cat 4 storm, winds reaching 150 miles an hour, unleashing damaging winds, torrential rains, and a life-threatening storm surge.
Residents in storm-battered Louisiana are trying to pick up the pieces after Hurricane Ida, and they're doing it in the blazing heat.
With $75 billion in damages, Hurricane Ida was the 7th costliest hurricane in the United States since the year 2000. It gives way for many professionals to come together and help out the damaged communities that badly needs the support. It's unfortunately not uncommon for people to see this as a way to scam homeowners who need help. 2 years after Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana, Andrew Mitchell, also known as Andrew Aga, has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for stealing over $200,000 of insurance money from storm damage victims. Mitchell was a public adjuster and agreed to negotiate with insurance companies on behalf of homeowners with hurricane damage, but instead he forged their signatures and stole their payouts. He was arrested by Louisiana police in January of 2023, and on August 31st, he pled guilty to 2 counts of theft valued over $25,000, 2 counts of theft valued over $5,000, and 5 counts of forgery. In a statement, St. Charles District Attorney Joel Chasson said, "The case against Andrew Mitchell was a complex matter spanning multiple jurisdictions with multiple victims. Louisiana State Police Detective Bergeron used his outstanding investigatory skills to present to my office a thorough and complete case file detailing Mitchell's criminal conduct. Mitchell could have been a force for good in our community, post-Ida. But he chose to victimize our residents all over again for his own financial gain. Unfortunately, St. Charles residents aren't Mitchell's only alleged victims. He is accused of stealing from homeowners in Texas and several other Louisiana counties. And then, there are the contractors who worked with him. Repair King CEO Mike Holmes hired Andrew Mitchell to handle an insurance claim on a roofing job for a church in Minnesota.
It was really after it had been denied and he said he was going to appraisal. We got the appraisal, then right after the appraisal was, there were clearly some delays, like what's going on with this, what's going on with that, but those were frustrations but not concerns.
But after the insurance payment came through, Andrew Mitchell stopped answering calls. When Mike finally got a hold of him, he promised to mail a check returning the church's money.
So we're all watching this FedEx number and it's coming Wednesday at 3 o'clock and we're all hype and cool. And they're like, that's amazing. How do you pay this money back? I'm like, cool. Well, then once the tracking number came to the end, I've had the representative at the church call me. He's like, they were so excited. He's like, I'll stay here all night if I have to until this check gets here. And then I didn't hear nothing from him. I came back the next day. I said, hey, you got the check, right? He goes, no. I'm like, what do you mean, no? I'm like, you have the tracking number. He goes, Mike, he registered a tracking number and there was nothing there. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. So at that point, it's like, all right, now you're slapping everybody in the face. Now you're playing me. Now you're playing the church. Now you're playing everybody. So at that point, I kind of went doing some digging and talked to the other clients that I spoke with, and I found out he did the same thing on this one, which was he forged their signature on this one.
In the end, Mike tracked Andrew down through connections in Louisiana and got him to return the money.
We initially started to claim in the fall of 2019, and we just got our check from Drew in July of 2023. So it had been 3.5 years. So 3.5 years to get our money back is how long it took.
This video is sponsored by Directory.com, the safest way to find a roofing contractor. The Directory app is free to use, and all contractors and their jobs come with a $20,000 guarantee. Directory is a concierge service. They find and recommend contractors to use for home improvement and back them up with a $20,000 guarantee. In case a contractor takes your money and runs away, Directory will give you your money back or will finish the project if the contractor disappears and ghosts the project. Directory doesn't give bad recommendations, but in case of a dispute, you are covered with a $20,000 guarantee. Download the app now and hire your next contractor with peace of mind.
Mike was luckier than some because he did get the money back for his client. but he still took a personal loss.
The good part is the church got their roof built. So that's the best part, right? That's the most important part. As a contractor, we lost the amount of money for the public adjuster fees, which in this case, I believe he wrote up 15%. So he still got to collect his 15% fee, which was deducted from the proceeds of the construction. We got 3.5-year-old outdated pricing, which prices go up every 6 to 8 months. Or whenever they go up. But 3.5-year-old pricing this is pre-COVID pricing that we got because it was an awarded appraisal. So that's it, they're budgeting, they're not making adjustments. So we lost profit margin, we paid for his fee, and we ate all that as a contractor. But like I said, the good part is the church got their roof replaced and they understand the whole process.
Mike Holmes was able to recover from the loss and says he hopes this can be a lesson for other roofers.
So when people say storm chasers, they don't mean it in a friendly way. They mean it like the ambulance chasing attorney. But the real thing is that, like a friend of mine said, hey, we're first responders. So we are the first people that come out after a storm. The guys that are out there tarping your roofs, doing the mitigation, taking care of the floods, the tree guys, and the contractors, even the public adjusters, the engineers and attorneys, we're all a part of a working system to help homeowners out. Our job is to make the situation the way it was before the incident happened. And with that, and a part of that is the hits that we have to take as small business owners. And with that, I guess the part that made us successful entrepreneurs is that we don't let small incidents or we don't let moments become the end of our story. That just becomes a chapter. So I think that the positive thing that happened in this is that the story goes on. We took a little loss, but we keep moving. So whoever that was, if you are the contractor and you were the person that had something that impacted you, whether it was from a homeowner, an insurance company, a public adjuster, or whoever it is, hopefully you were able to persevere and get past that moment and keep going. And I think that's just what makes us who we are, is that we don't stop, we keep going.
As for Andrew Mitchell, his sentencing will most likely not be the end of his legal problems. Investigators at the Texas Department of Insurance say Mitchell stole more than $268,000 in insurance claims from multiple homeowners. He was indicted by a grand jury in March 2023 for second-degree felony forgery, and if he is convicted, he could face another 20 years in prison. Andrew Mitchell also has arrest warrants in the Louisiana parishes of Orleans, St. John the Baptist, and Tangipahoa. Investigators say he stole almost $600,000 from 7 residents across the state. Let us know what you think in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe.